Hello, my name is Michelle Keane from Castleisland in County Kerry, and I'm running as an independent candidate for the Castleisland electoral area in the upcoming Kerry County Council local elections in June. And I'm asking you to vote number 1 for me, Michelle Keane. The great women of the Castleisland electoral area rock. The million-dollar questions on everybody's lips this morning around Knocknagoshel and Castleisland electoral area is, will the great Jerry O'Sullivan of Radio Kerry ask Deirdre Bell of Sinn Fein, will she attend Garda killer Pierce McCauley's funeral, who was sentenced for 14 years for the manslaughter of Jerry McCabe? Due to the short notice and my workload, I have had to send my sincere apologies on to Jerry in Radio Kerry for not being able to make today's great showdown. Let's dig a little bit deeper into McCauley. Mr. McCauley had personal ties with Sinn Fein. While McCauley was serving his sentence, Sinn Fein made an unsuccessful attempt to have him and others jailed for the Garda killing to be released under the terms of the Good Friday Agreement. He stabbed Pauline Tully, now a Sinn Féin TD, 13 times in 2014. The passing of Pierce McCauley will now again open up old wounds for Anne McCabe, who has said speaking to a reporter in 2021 that the evil men that took her husband's life, adding that she hoped one day to be able to eyeball the 2 last suspected members of the gang that killed her husband in a court. We must now, though, let the soul of Pierce McCauley rest in peace, as there is nothing now to gain in libelling a dead man. But we must never forget our past and where we came from. The mother and baby homes redress schemes open today. And do you know you do not require a solicitor when you are applying for the redress scheme at all? All you need is a valid passport, driver's licence or a public service card. This, in my opinion, is another slap on the face from this cobbled together cartel of an Irish government using delay tactics for these poor survivors in getting paid, as many survivors do not hold a passport. Why can't the government get anything right? We need them out now, immediately. Enoch Burke is in jail now almost 300 days today, costing the state over €56,700 along with his salary, and needs to be released immediately. Enoch Burke is no criminal. There is allegedly fraudulent activity in the school in Multifarm, and the school now have put in a new state-of-the-art security system. How have we come to this level of nonsense? Why isn't any of the opposition parties like Sinn Féin and the Healy-Rae dynasty doing more to release Enoch Burke? We all know that there's a scarcity of prison beds in our cells in Ireland for the real criminals. A row now has erupted between members of the Oireachtas Joint Committee and Michael Healy-Rae on the assisted dying in advance of the publications of its final report today. It had been previously reported that the main findings of the committee is for assisted dying to be legislated for in Ireland, something Michael Healy-Rae personally opposed to. Will the government now call for a referendum on whether we should make assisted dying to be legislated in Ireland, asking the taxpayers to foot another 23 million of a bill? In my opinion, human life is sacred. When you hear Irish politicians now talking about that there's going to be an EU army or we're not going to join NATO, we can't take it but that these are certainly red flags, because the military integration in Europe is developing so fast like ever before, and Ireland is right bang on in the middle of it. Joseph Borrell, Minister of the European Union, has recently said that the EU capacity has to be developed if we really want to be part of this cartel that influences on what happens in the world. We are currently in the middle of a new arms race with millions of euros being spent by the military each year. We need this cobbled together Irish cartel of our government of Sinn Féin, Fianna Fáil, the Labours, the Greens, the Healy-Rae dynasty, the People Before Profit and the Social Democrats to be out now, get them out immediately before we're asked to sign up to Europe's military plan and lose our neutrality status, and worst of all, lose our young boys and girls who will be conscripted to fight in wars that neither us or any of the world wants. We are bursting now at the seams. Immigration protests in Naas, Coolock and elsewhere over the bank holiday weekend, and there's not one word about it in the media. Protests against proposed immigration centres in several areas in the country took place last weekend, with hundreds marching in Naas, Kildare, and large crowds turning out in Coolock, Newtown, Mount Kennedy and in Wicklow. Locals say that politicians are refusing to listen and are underestimating the huge anger in the community on the immigration issue. In my opinion, the cartel who profited from renting out their properties to these immigrants within the Irish government will pay a huge political price for ignoring local concerns in the local elections ballot box on June the 7th. People now are sick of it, and we need to drain the swamp and make Castleisland electoral area great again. Remember, I am Keane on my county, and I want you to vote number 1 for me. Gurav Mila Mahagat.